Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neal, and Jeff. This is Triviality. The cream of the crop!
Hello and welcome to Triviality, the game where a lack of seriousness meets a little bit of knowledge. My name is Neal, and I'm joined in the studio by Jeff and Matt only so far. So how's it going, guys?
Oh, we're doing great. It's good. No Ken here to muck things up.
Yeah, no, Ken isn't here. Ken actually took a trip down to Alabama. He's going to be working at a water reclamation plant, working on, putting some flavored sauces in water, just so if everyone wants lemonade or strawberry.
Yeah, his adventures when he's not here are much better than mine.
Well, yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, you were working on a flying car, though, for 2019 last week, so...
Failed.
Yeah, you tried, though.
Yeah, I guess it's important.
You have to aim up. So Ken's not here, but we're joined by a very special guest, our friend Angie Kuehn. How's it going?
Good. How are you guys?
Good. Thank you for joining us. And since the listeners don't know anything about you, why don't you tell us a little about yourself?
I'm a nurse in the special ed department in a high school. I played trivia actually for a while in a bar trivia Tuesday nights with a friend for a while, but she moved away, so I don't go anymore.
You're a trivia orphan. How sad.
Yeah. So I don't go anymore, and so this is actually awesome. Let's get back into my trivia.
There you
days.
go.
Yeah.
We're glad to have you
You
here.
got a new team, the Triviality team.
Yeah.
You play sometimes with your brother too, right?
Well, because he lives in Atlanta, so
Okay.
we just I was just there last weekend, and we went.
How did it go?
Our team won.
Oh, good.
We won $50 to the bar we were at, so that was really nice.
Oh, that's more than we
There
get.
were only 5 teams, but it's okay.
Yeah, the Super Bowl
it's
there
okay.
is coming up in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
In Atlanta.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, good
Yeah.
good call. Jason Borsman, Liquid Courage Entertainment. How about we bump that up to $50 so we can have a nice chance at $50 worth of food and drinks for Matt. But thank you very much for joining us, Angie.
Thanks for having me.
And I'm going to play with Angie today just because she just won. So I'm going to hope that luck comes over to me because I'm not very strong. But joining us as our special guest host today is a returning guest. He's an Intercontinental Champion, and his name is Jeremy Gabbard. How's it going, Jeremy?
Hey, good morning, Neal.
So you were here not too long ago. You were here as a contestant. You said you were going to write a game. So what have you been up to, and what do you have in store for us today?
Nothing interesting going on in my life. Going to Reno for a big bowling tournament, and otherwise just been living my life. Today's game was I had a little bit of a grudge match in mind for the previous contestant, so got a bunch of sports built in just to be cheeky.
Ooh.
But
No.
Good for me.
hopefully everything will go all right.
That's awesome. And your bowling tournament, is that with your team that you normally play with?
It's one person I normally play with, and then 2 other people.
Is that with bumpers or no bumpers?
I don't know if they give you the option or not. I haven't asked.
Okay.
Cool. Well, before we get started and throw it to Jeremy to kick things off, let's throw it to the rules guy.
The rules of the game are simple. 20 questions split into 2 rounds worth 10 points apiece. At halftime, there'll be a special swing round designed by this week's host. After regulation, players will enter the final round with the points that they've accumulated and will have a chance to wager 0 to 30 points on 5 categorized questions. At the end of the game, someone will be named the cream of the crop.
The cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Ken, what'd you think of that one? Oh, he's not here. No comment.
Just drop some crickets in there if you'd like.
Yeah, we'll drop some crickets. All right, cool. Jeremy, it's all yours.
All right, y'all. Question 1. Which perfume promoted by such celebrities as Marilyn Monroe, Nicole Kidman, and Brad Pitt is distinctive for its octagonal stopper?
I think, let's come up with some team names while we're thinking here. So since it was a Marilyn Monroe question, my mom loves Marilyn Monroe. How about we be team... what's your favorite Marilyn Monroe performance? Do you have one?
No.
Okay, well,
I don't think so.
Off the top of your head.
Let's do...
Joe DiMaggio.
Some like it not.
Some like,
Some like it not.
Oh, yeah. All right, you're some like it not. And we'll be... let's see. My mom's favorite is Niagara, even though it has nothing to do with anything. We'll be Team Niagara.
That's fine. It's totally fine.
Okay.
Yeah. That works.
Maybe that'll boost your performance in the studio.
Yeah.
Ooh. All right, we're locked in.
Is this
Chanel. That's one of the famous ones.
okay? I was thinking that isn't Calvin Klein Essence? Isn't that one?
That's a famous one. Yeah.
I mean, that's the one I originally thought of because I know they had lots of celebrities as their...
Not to cut Matt off, but starting in February on Valentine's Day, we're going to have a Triviality perfume and cologne collection called Triviality.
Oh, you didn't mean to cut me off, and now my train of thought is all over the place.
That was the plan.
Off the
Sneaky.
rails.
I usually just go with the 12-year-old boy spray of Axe. So this
just
is-
Axe everywhere.
So if it's not Axe body spray, I'm a little lost here.
Not Lizzie Borden's favorite.
No. Chanel Love Potion number 9.
Sure.
Yes.
All right, that's your answer?
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure how specific he wanted us to be. She famously wore Chanel number 5. So if you want the specific, it'd be Chanel number 5, but we just said Chanel.
Yes, Chanel number 5 is the answer.
We were off by
And-
4 and had some extra words in it.
Yeah. Question 2. Which company, sometimes compared to a Chinese Google, provides search and a wide array of other services?
I just want to say that.
Yeah.
Okay, we're locked in.
Okay. I don't know if we're going to get it.
Bao something? I'm trying to remember. No, that's because I was listening about dumplings on a recent episode. Never mind.
We're all over the place.
We're all over the place. Why can't I remember?
Do you want to say we boogle?
Sure.
I don't know what that means.
It doesn't mean anything.
That's fine.
Hopefully.
So you're in with Weeboogle. We thought about it and we couldn't think of a correct name, so we kind of went what we knew was the Chinese Amazon. We just said Alibaba.
Yeah, the answer is Baidu.
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 I do.
Question 3. Not including games bundled with the Nintendo Entertainment System / Famicom, what was the game with highest worldwide sales?
If you think that
bundle
was a
parts,
bundle and you want to exclude that, then I'm okay with that. I'll trust you.
All right, so they're locked in. What are you thinking off the top of your head?
You were writing down Zelda, and that's
So I wrote down Duck Hunt. We wrote down Super Mario Brothers,
Yeah,
Legend of Zelda.
yeah.
But those
But I feel like those would have been.
Duck Hunt was bundled, right?
Yeah.
With Super Mario.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Actually, the coveted cartridges are the ones that weren't bundled.
Speaking of Duck Hunt, I think it was Seth Rogen who found out that you can play as the dog if you're the second player and get the birds
Yeah.
in Duck Hunt, which I didn't know. So Legend of Zelda had the gold cartridge, right? I remember we had that and it was very coveted
Yeah.
because it was gold. I don't know if it's technically the gold one we have to lock in with. We'll just say the Legend of Zelda.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater had a blue cartridge.
Cool.
So I don't know why.
All right. So and as you all heard, we locked in with Tetris.
Okay. Tetris and Legend of Zelda are actually in like the top 6 or 7, but the answer to the question is Super Mario Brothers 2. Super Mario Brothers 1 and 3 were both bundled with the system at some point.
Oh,
Interesting. Okay.
I would never.
2
guessed that.
meaning the American 2, right? Not Lost Levels.
America
2.
2, but it was re-released in Japan after its success in the United States.
Okay.
I think they were hoping that number 3 was going to kick off with The Wizard with Fred Savage, but it just didn't get as high as they wanted it to go.
Well, they promoted that thing. I had all the McDonald's Happy Meal toys. Like that game was like one of the first like huge like promotional blitzes.
All right. Question 4. Owing its name to the British politician who developed it in the 19th century, the cavendish is the world's most popular variety of which fruit?
I've heard of this before. Do you know what a cavendish is?
No.
All right, so we know it's a fruit.
I don't think I've ever heard
Okay.
that word in my life.
We're locked in. Feel
Locked
free
in.
to chat.
Oh wow.
I'm fairly certain about this
All
one.
right, so we're
Look
looking
at
for
you
what
two.
kind of fruit it is?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Cavendish, like a mango
Well,
peach.
yeah, I'm
What does
trying
that
to think
mean?
of like what the Brits.
What would they serve
you know,
with, like,
what the Brits would serve with their tea? What kind of fruit they
Yeah.
serve
Bread.
up with some tea?
Yeah.
Or for a dessert, what kind of?
Yeah.
What's a good dessert fruit that maybe they could have like some sort of flambe
I was
or?
friends with a Brit for a really long time too, and I
This never came
feel
up.
like I should. No, this never
so
came up
weird.
in our casual
That should have been the
conversation.
first thing you guys
I
talked
know,
about.
I know.
Do you Cavendish?
When do you bring out the good Cavendish? It's when you have guests.
What's a good fruit for like dessert that you would have with like tea or cake or something, like a citrus or something? I don't know.
Citrus, something citrusy.
How about grapefruit?
I keep going to strawberries.
Strawberry? Okay.
Grapefruit actually is a good one because that's kind of.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
It sounds
I'm
kind of
gonna
fun.
eat it for breakfast, but
Mhm.
Yeah, let's go grapefruit.
That's good. Yeah.
Okay, we're in with grapefruit.
I believe that this fruit is basically a monoculture. There's not very many varieties. I believe this is the common banana.
Correct. The answer is
All
banana.
right.
That as a species, bananas are really subject to disease because they're basically all the same. So
Yeah,
we
the
may
ones that are
lose
for
the Cavendish
export are
banana.
for sure. The Cavendish is something like 50% of all exported bananas. In Southeast Asia, there are several other bananas that are grown, but for whatever reason, I don't know if they're not hardy enough. They're just not shipped here.
Yeah, there's a really great Today I Found Out video on YouTube that's like how fruit used to look before we started genetically engineering.
Oh, and it's
them.
like 90% seeds and
Yeah,
zero
there was
fruit.
like no food in any of our fruit.
The watermelons were really tiny, right?
Well, they were all, the inside was just rind, and there was like
Yeah.
very little actual edible fruit in them.
In fact, you're familiar with pomegranates, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what watermelon used to look like.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Basically,
Well,
yeah.
Jeff, you told me that I don't know if it's P40, but the amount of the type of potassium it makes the bananas the most radioactive fruit.
I'm not sure why, but they definitely are.
That is insane.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
All right, question number 5. I know y'all normally do a listener question here, so I based this one on my roommate who's currently hiking a long trail in Arkansas.
Awesome.
Anyway, question 5. Though not as popular as the well-known coastal trails, which trail runs from Mexico to Canada, starting at the Mexican border in New Mexico and running to the Canadian border in Montana?
Oh yeah, that's the
That's the
only.
only one
I
I
think
know.
that's the only one off the top of my head that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Team Niagara is locked in.
Well, that's all I have for you.
So I'm trying to think of like native tribes that were out there, and I'm nothing's coming to mind.
Cheyenne, is that? That's more
Cheyenne is Wyoming, yeah.
Yeah.
That would sort of be in the middle of there, but
Yeah.
I don't know, Navajo Trail?
Yeah, Navajo Trail.
Okay.
Okay, Angie, we wrote down some trails. We didn't know many, so I'll let Angie answer.
We did the Appalachian Trail because that's the only trail we knew.
Yeah, that and the Pacific Crest Trail were the two coastal trails I was referring to in the question. But the answer is the Continental Divide Trail because it runs up through the mountains there.
I've heard of that. So after 5 questions, looks like Team Some Like It Not. What do you guys have?
10?
10.
I think.
10. Oh, and well, we're doing okay here over at Team Niagara. We have 10 points.
Yep.
So we're tied.
All right, question 6. Which 1993 films stars Holly Hunter and Anna Paquin both won the Academy Awards in 1994 for Best Actress and Best Supporting Actress? So the dates are sort of weird. The film was released in 1993. The award was in 94.
Angie locked in right away, so we're good.
Is this?
I kind of remember like an Anna Paquin movie being on like a bunch of trailers for stuff when I was a kid. Was it like Fly Away Home or something?
That's the one.
She
with,
was in that.
She was.
She was in
That was
that.
the one with the geese.
Yeah.
That
Yes.
was.
And she
And
had
Jeff Daniels?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Holly Hunter.
No, not that I know of.
Was she one of the geese?
You guys are going rogue with your answers here.
An Oscar bait movie, right? I would imagine.
I don't know.
Fly Away Home is at least has an actor, one of those in it.
Meets one of the criteria.
Yeah. So that's as close as we're gonna get. So locked in. Fly Away Home.
So I'll let Angie answer this, but I will preface it by saying that as a percussionist, that was the one percussive instrument that I was not able to master because it's way too hard for me. But Angie, what did we say?
The piano, right?
The piano.
Yeah, the correct answer is the piano. And like you, I have also tried and failed twice now to learn the piano as an adult. It is impossible.
Yeah, the only song I ever learned on the piano was The Scientist by Coldplay 'cause it's like the same notes over and over
Yes.
again.
Yeah.
I just watched a video of a chicken playing in some kind of song on the piano because he would hit the things that.
Oh, it
lit
was
up.
lit up, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Probably
gosh.
a Coldplay song because they're all easy. I think I like them early stuff.
It
But
was yellow. You're
it's
right.
still easy.
All right, question 7. Founded in 1864 in Washington, D.C., which university was the first in the world to provide advanced education for deaf students?
That's the only specific DC school I can think of.
Okay.
That's like, do you want to just lock in with it?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, we're locked in.
So what are you thinking on these? Do you know any famous schools that were like pioneers in?
No, not off the top of my head. No,
I mean, Georgetown's in D.C. I just don't think.
I don't know if that would have been.
I thought when they did that version of Spring Awakening on Broadway, I don't know if that came from a specific school or
That
maybe
was,
not.
Oh my gosh, I don't. I should know which school. I don't think it was a school. I think that was a
Like an organ-
a company.
Oh, company.
I think
okay.
that was a theater company for deaf performers.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, we just want to go with that.
That's fine.
All right, we're in with Georgetown.
Yes, also based on being the only school I know that's from DC, we said Georgetown.
All right, the correct answer is Gallaudet.
Oh,
G.
I should have known that. Oh no, I'm so mad. Oh, I knew that one.
You've heard of it before?
Yeah, there was a TV show on ABC Family that I used to watch, and it was Switched at Birth, and they had
where I know
you can
that
make
from.
fun of me, totally make fun of me for watching the show, but they had a deaf one family was was very prevalent in the deaf community because one of the girls was deaf in it, and they talked about Gallaudet, and I should have known about that from that show.
Oh, that's okay.
I've
Oh
heard
my
I've heard
gosh.
it two or three times,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
just it'll never stick. So feel free to ask it on any show you guys host if you're listening and you get chosen to host. So I will get it
and they,
wrong.
from what I understand, had a large part in developing American Sign Language as well, and so they've still the name is still relevant today.
Starbucks just opened their very first sign language store where everybody who works there knows sign language, and they have sign language on their aprons.
Where's that
That's
at?
so cool.
I believe it's in Washington, but I'm not 100% sure.
That's cool though. I'm glad that they're doing stuff like that. That needs to happen more.
Question 8. Despite some 2017 controversy, which YouTube channel has the most subscribers? And this is as of November 1st.
We've got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is still?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So you wrote down PewDiePie,
Yes.
and then Logan Paul,
Yes.
because he did the that bad
That really
forest
bad
video.
forest video, yeah.
Yes, that's the only one thing he's ever done wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
He's not
yes.
a complete and utter
Well,
douchebag the rest of the
It's
time.
just the only thing that they,
Yeah.
found to be that
Um,
bad, which it was.
I feel like PewDiePie has more. I feel like this might be a trick question, and the channel that people subscribe to is the YouTube. There's like a YouTube account, or
Yeah.
there's an account that's a company, but I can't think of it right now. And I feel like it's a trick, and he's tricking us. But if you want, I think PewDiePie out of those two that you wrote down,
Yeah.
has way more subscribers.
Okay.
Oh man, I think it's a trick. I think it's YouTube or Bing. I can't remember. It's something goofy, but we're just gonna lock in with PewDiePie.
Okay.
Yeah. I think the controversy in question was this YouTube subscriber said once they got to 50 million subscribers, they would delete their channel. And they saw a huge uptick in subscriptions from like 40 to 50 million. They were the first one to ever pass that mark. And then they deleted their own personal channel and not the channel PewDiePie.
Yep. There were several controversies in 2017. I knew of the racist comments, but I didn't know of that one. The answer is PewDiePie.
Oh, nice, good job.
Sweet.
The second highest is actually an Indian content channel, and I'm not sure where Logan Paul rates on there.
Probably
Hopefully
very,
very
very
too
low.
high.
Yeah, because he used to be
Way
a
too
Viner.
high.
He was a Viner, and then he went to YouTube. But I don't think he had quite as many subscribers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People
So-
watch his videos. I don't know if they subscribe to them.
All right, question 9. Recently celebrating its 25th anniversary, which card game is usually considered to be the first entrant in the trading card game genre?
I can't think of any other either. The one
I
that
can't think of any other ones that were.
I'll just say Jeff said Magic, but I feel like that's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
um,
No, I mean, I.
How do you know what I said? I didn't say anything.
you're going to say it. What? One, I know you repeated it, Jeremy, for the listeners, but could you just repeat the first half of that question?
Yeah, recently celebrating its 25th anniversary.
Yeah, I don't. You just want to go with that.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right,
Yeah,
we're
that
locked in.
works. Yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't want to lock in too early to be too excited because Jeff knows that this is 100% Magic the Gathering.
Absolutely. Founded in, I think, technically 1994 by Dr. Richard Garfield as a way to take time from longer games of Dungeons & Dragons. This is definitely Magic the Gathering. And if you pay attention to Magic at all, you can't get away from this. They put 25 on everything they've done this year. It's just everywhere.
Mhm.
So
I don't play Magic. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wrote down Magic, we wrote down Pokemon, and we just went with Pokemon.
I even recently went to my first
Yeah.
GP. So
Yep, answer is Magic the Gathering. First couple editions, Alpha and Beta, came out in 1993. I think Unlimited was late 93, but credited to 94. I'm not sure about those
yeah,
dates.
they're kind of weird with those.
And I think Pokemon is like
96?
2000. No, the card game was later because I remember I was too old to be playing it. So
That's why you.
Yeah.
So you. That's why you're putting your cards away right now in your backpack.
Matt puts down Pokemon Go right now.
Yeah, I had to sneak one in there. I didn't get home from playing Magic last night until about 1. So.
Oh wow.
Oh, nice.
And final question of round 1. Despite the name, Olympic gold medals are made of 92.5% of which element? This element is also known for having the highest electrical conductivity.
And I am the worst with science, but
I
that's
think this is used because it's cheaper.
okay, so we're just locking with that one.
I think so.
Yeah, sounds good.
so. We wrote down some names. When I heard conductivity, and I think I may have heard this before. We wrote down copper, but I don't. Isn't copper really electrical? Because I'm thinking of copper wiring.
Copper
and,
wiring, yeah. That's
and
the one thing I
Tesla,
was
the
like
copper,
going to.
the coils or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
That's the only thing I can really think of.
All right, we're gonna lock in with famed character actor Dennis Copper, but just Copper is what we're locking in with.
Yes. originally I wrote down copper because I know that they use it as a conduit in a lot of different electrical things.
But I think the reason that they do it so much is because it's relatively inexpensive.
Yeah, so
and pretty workable. So.
Jeff then wrote down silver, which he thinks has more, so we said silver.
All right, and the correct answer is silver.
Okay, good. Never let me second guess myself.
3 in a row. We're on fire.
Yep. So at the end of round 1, I have Team Niagara with 30 points, and Some Like It Not with 40.
Yeah, pretty close game.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Silver.
It was looking pretty bad up to around question 6 or 7. Yeah, like.
Yeah, I was really worried about these questions.
Silver also has antibiotic properties, so they actually put it in like socks and stuff now.
Interesting.
All right. For the swing round, sports is famously my worst category, so I decided to make a sports swing round.
10 questions, 5 points apiece.
Okay. Question 1. A perfect game in bowling is a score of 300. How many strikes does it take to accomplish this? Question 2. Sharing his name with my favorite appliance, which 1985 Chicago Bears player was nicknamed the Fridge? Question 3. What is the location of the annual Nathan's hot dog eating contest? Question 4. What player has won the most World Series of Poker bracelets? Question 5. Starting in 2017, which brand now sponsors the NASCAR Cup Series, previously sponsored by Sprint? Question 6. In the 1994 version of Angels in the Outfield, 2 actors who portrayed Angels players would later go on to win Academy Awards for Best Actor. Name either one and 2 bonus points for the other. Question 7. Which fictional hockey player has the dubious honor of having most time spent in the penalty box and is the only guy to ever take his skate off and try to stab somebody? Question 8. At 493 kilometers an hour, or over 300 miles an hour, which sports projectile has had the fastest recorded projectile speed? Question 9. This UFC weight division has a cap of 135 pounds and is perhaps the cutest name of all divisions. Question 10. The video game FIFA 19, released in September of this year, features which player on its cover?
Everyone's locked in.
So y'all are all ready?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Question 1. How many strikes for a 300?
Okay, we'll start over here. Angie had a pretty good train of thought on this one, and we kind of went back and forth, but I'll let her take it.
We got 12.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I think there's 3 in the
Okay.
10th frame and 9 in the regular, so that's 12.
Yep.
Yep, correct answer is 12, 5 for both teams.
All right.
Question 2. Which football player was nicknamed the Fridge?
This is something that if we didn't get right, we would have to leave town. We said William the Refrigerator Perry.
We also went with Perry.
Correct answer is Perry. Question 3. Where is the hot dog eating contest?
So this one, I know it's in Coney Island. I used to watch it every 4th of July with our family. We have a big 4th of July party. We used to kind of huddle around and watch Kobayashi versus Chestnut, the battle for the ages until Chestnut kind of, ended up taking over for the last few years. So we went Coney Island, and then I want to say he was in the early 60s this year, or past year. So we went 61 to give us a decent range.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kobayashi, I believe, had a dispute with the eating contest people, and that's why he doesn't go to them anymore after Chestnut took the record there. But we also said Coney Island, and we went a little higher with the bonus and said 65.
Correct answer is Coney Island. The record he set in the most recent one was actually 74.
Wow. That was a lot higher.
Yeah, I looked it up afterwards, and I was like, holy cow.
Yeah, I originally said 91. I thought it was like a ton. Like this
Oh my gosh.
is some sort of eating machine.
No.
And you think 74 hot dogs isn't an eating machine?
Well, 91. 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's only gone up each year, it looks like,
Yeah.
for the last several years.
So I feel like all that money he wins all the time when they go to dinner with friends, that it's like, all right, he's going to pick up the check because he's going to eat so much. So
Okay, question 4. Which players won the most World Series of Poker bracelets?
Yeah, we were talking about how we don't really watch poker, so we went with Tobey Maguire.
Classic poker player. This one, I was torn between 2 Phils. Phil Hellmuth, who's kind of known for World Series of Poker. He had a video game. And then somebody who's won a couple more recently, and I know he has a lot of them, Phil Ivey, but I locked in with Phil Hellmuth.
Yep, and Phil Hellmuth is correct. He has, I believe, 15, and the next closest person is at 10.
Okay.
Or it's something like that.
Yeah.
I don't want to give hard numbers, but I definitely looked it up when writing it.
Sounds good.
Which company sponsors the NASCAR Cup Series? Question 5.
We did not know. Jeff, what did we say?
We said Miller.
Okay, beer, that makes sense. And then Angie and I, Angie had watched a little bit of NASCAR before, but we just couldn't think of what ads they were pumping in front of us. But Angie ultimately had a decent guess, I thought. So
We just said T-Mobile. We had no idea.
The correct answer is Monster Energy.
Oh, that makes sense.
that does make sense.
I knew it was a drink, but I couldn't remember.
Yeah. Question 6. Which two actors won Best Actor?
Okay, so starting over here, I love this movie as a kid. Or I still love it. I can't lie. So it wasn't Danny Glover or Tony Danza or Joseph Gordon-Levitt or Dermot Mulroney, but for The Pianist and Dallas Buyers Club, it was Matthew McConaughey and Adrian Brody.
I forgot McConaughey was in that.
Yeah, we just wrote down Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yep, and Team Niagara gets both questions there.
Is that 5 points plus 2 bonus?
Yeah.
Okay.
Question 7, which fictional hockey player tried to stab somebody?
This is why he was kicked out of the league and had to take up a little game called golf. I believe it's Happy Gilmore.
You know, it's funny. For the longest time, I was like, "Oh, I just watched a video on this." I don't know if Jeremy heard this, but I accidentally I watched the video where a guy went into the stands from the Bruins and beat someone with their shoe, not the skate.
That was
I did, and I was trying so hard not to say anything.
I couldn't remember his name. Doug, maybe, I don't know, but
no, he's the guy on NBC.
Oh, that's right. That's why I knew it, because we talked about
okay.
it. But Angie had a really good person who seems violent enough to beat someone with a skate.
Ken.
Yeah.
Sorry, no points for Team Niagara. The correct answer is Happy Gilmore. Question 8, which projectile goes over 300 miles an hour?
This was really fun to watch Jeff do math and try to figure out calculating the speed of his drives. We went with golf ball.
Oh, I didn't even think about golf.
Neither did I.
Yeah, so we locked in on the kilometers per hour, and we were trying to think of sports that either were similar maybe to baseball, because baseball, at least with Aroldis Chapman, can get up to kind of 120 area. So we thought cricket.
All right, and no points for either team. The correct answer is badminton. It was provided in kilometers an hour because the Guinness Book of World Records has their record in kilometers an hour.
Oh, okay.
So I just copied that.
I played badminton, so I should have known that one.
I didn't think it was that fast. It seems like it has quite a bit of drag.
They can get pretty fast, especially with the feather.
Question 9, the UFC division 135 pounds, really cute.
So yeah, I'm not a huge UFC fan. I'm a big wrestling fan, but I watched a little bit of UFC, and I don't know the order of the belts, but I know the cutest sounding one was the one that is on a t-shirt that I'm wearing under this bear shirt, which is Ronda Rousey's bantamweight. So we said bantam.
Yeah, I know bantamweight is one, but I think there's something smaller and cuter, and I can't remember what it is. So we said pixie weight.
No, Team Niagara gets it with bantamweight. Bantams being cute little chickens, and we got 8 cute little chickens in the backyard. None of them are bantams, but...
Oh. Well, let's get in a ring and we'll find out.
Yeah.
You'd probably also lose to 8 chickens.
I probably would.
What about 8 chicken-sized meals?
They don't really like people. They just run away. So, question 10, who was on the cover of FIFA 19?
Yeah, this one I originally thought Messi, but I think that was a previous game, and then we went with Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, you can take it. We talked about a lot of different people.
We discussed, because Ronaldo and Messi we were kind of going back and forth, and my brother plays, so I've seen a lot of the covers and stuff, but we ended up going with Messi at the end.
All right, the correct answer is Ronaldo.
Well, we said it.
Yeah.
They had a better shot at his face this time.
So I showed that Team Niagara picks up 27 points and Some Like It Not picks up 30.
All right.
Correct. Making final totals 57 for Niagara and 70 for Some Like It Not.
There we go.
All right, we're still in the game.
Let me pull up round 2.
All right.
Round 2. Question 1. Perhaps appropriately named, which automotive company provided the first purpose-built presidential limo in 1939?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
We're locked in.
Yep.
Oh, okay, so appropriately named. So there's a few answers here. Lincoln, maybe, because it's the president.
That's what I was going with, too. That's the first one I thought of.
I do know what brand the newest one is, but I'm not going to say that because that's for a future game that I will be hosting.
Oh, okay.
Well, I already know it, so.
So
look it up.
What do you think? You want to go with Lincoln?
I went with, that's my first thought was Lincoln.
Lincoln seems appropriate.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to go with Lincoln.
Are you talking about the Cadillac as
Yes.
the current one now?
Yes.
Named for the discoverer of Detroit, Cadillac. No, we said Lincoln. I believe it was a Continental.
Yep, the correct answer is Lincoln.
Hey, on the board.
Good start.
I heard Lincoln had Marfan syndrome.
Potentially. We don't know. We don't know for sure.
Yeah.
No genetic testing has been done. I think it's at the Henry Ford Museum in Detroit. I've seen a few of them. I don't know if the original one was there. I think it is.
Could have been a fever dream.
Well, I was definitely there. I just don't remember if the first model was there or not.
Jeff leaning into the jokes. All right, question 2.
Yep. All right, question 2. Having a distinctive red or brown and white striped body and impressive spines, which fish is common in home aquariums but has been deemed an invasive species in the Atlantic?
That's
You said red and brown with white spines?
Yeah, red or brown with white stripes. So I can repeat the question. It's considered brown or maroon.
Oh, okay.
The base color, and then white stripes on top of that.
They are in home aquariums, and but they don't have spines.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure. Unless the one in my house has them and I just can't see them. Oh. It's a coward.
The subspecies of fish called cowards.
Spineless. Oh, yeah. That sounds good.
Is that right?
I like that one.
All right, so do you know anything about fish?
No.
All right.
No, not very nature-y.
My last name's Fisher. But I don't know anything about fish.
That's unfortunate.
So I don't know anything about fish. Mm-hmm. So how about we say for being very invasive in the box office, we'll go with a clownfish for Nemo.
Okay, that works. That's the only thing that I
thought you were going to make a local reference and say the Asian carp because they're taking over our waterways.
The Chicago River is flooded with them.
That's why Ken's in Alabama trying to work on the water.
Very dangerous.
Yeah, they're not good fish. What do we say, Jeff?
Lionfish?
Mm-hmm. Lionfish.
And the correct answer is lionfish.
Jeff again.
That is 5 in a row. Good for us.
There's apparently a campaign down there to figure out recipes and get people to eat them to reduce the populations. But they don't have any natural predators in the Atlantic.
Yeah, that's the same problem we're having with the Asian carp. In fact, at a Taste of Chicago not too long back, they were having like Asian carp dishes. I had tried a few.
They just if they change the name to something delicious sounding, like the Whitefish changed their name from I forget what it is, then they'll be able to.
Like the Patagonian toothfish into Chilean sea bass.
Yeah, that's the one I'm.
There you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
They just need to change.
It's all about branding, people.
All right. Question 3. Anne Hathaway's character in The Devil Wears Prada is noted by her boss in an iconic scene for wearing a sweater of which color? This color also features in the video games Pokemon Red and Blue, where the gym leader Misty offers the Cascade badge.
Yeah, don't my Pokemon knowledge.
Yeah. And technically yellow.
Yeah.
Okay, and green. I'm sorry, I didn't name them all.
Yeah.
You're locked in?
Yeah.
I think so.
Do
you agree with that?
I do.
Okay.
Okay.
That fits.
Do you remember the scene?
I remember the movie. I remember the scene.
You are not going to Paris.
It was I'm trying to remember. It was like a blue turquoise tealy kind of.
That's when she walked into the office.
She walked in the office and she that was when they were dressing one of the models and she scoffed at something and she was just like, well, it's just I'm pretty sure it was like a teal or a turquoise or like a blue
coral or
they were talking about. So it was what she was wearing, right? Not what they were.
I think it's what Anne Hathaway had on because she thought she looked nice, and then she's like,
I thought it was like a bluish. I keep going back to turquoise, and I don't know why.
Okay, I mean that's fine with me.
Okay, I can't.
All right, we're in with turquoise.
Okay.
Turquoise is close.
Get me Amani on the phone.
You're looking for the name of the city that Misty's gym is in, which is Cerulean City. I believe it's Cerulean.
No.
Yep, the sweater and city are both cerulean.
Okay.
All right. Question 4. Japanese yakitori, Indonesian satay, and French brochettes all share what specific aspect to their cooking method? And I can be more specific here if you need.
No, I think I'm good on that.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not coming up with anything different. So
yakitori is my favorite appetizer at a Japanese restaurant, and they are cooked on sticks on a skewer, like a shish kebab or a kebab. So we went with cooked on a stick.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. See, I know satay was on a stick, and if I had known that yakitori was also on a stick, that would have made things easier. But I said they were cooked in peanut oil.
All right, and the correct answer is they're on a stick, skewer, kebab, etc.
Dang.
Question 5, another listener question, or at least as close as I can come. My friend Vanessa is a cardiac nurse, and so Angie is a nurse as well, so I don't think you will have any problem with this question.
Oh, no. Don't put that much pressure on me.
Question 5, sharing its name with the Latin for entry hall or central room, what are the chambers that form the upper half of the heart called? And I'll accept singular or plural.
There's lots of pressure on me for this one, so I just want to make sure I don't. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure they'll take my license away for this.
Yeah.
We are locked in.
Okay.
You guys locked in too? All right, you go first.
Yeah, because I am a nurse. We learned all this. The atrium of the heart.
We wrote down other things first. The aorta, the ventricle, I believe. But
ventricles, yeah.
What did we settle with, Jeff?
Yeah, we settled on atria.
Yep, correct answer is atria or atrium.
And I'm going to thank
Nice.
my cardiologist for knowing that. So.
All right, after 5 questions in the second round, looks like Team Niagara is at 87 points, and Team Some Like It Not.
We are Team Some Like It second round. We're up to 110.
Wow, 110. Okay, well, let's see how this handles.
All right. Question 6. Surpassing New York in 1965, which world city has the highest population?
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time frame works out. It depends on how you define the metropolitan borders, but I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Because I thought it was somewhere in this country.
Not even close.
No?
No.
Fair enough.
By like a factor of 3.
Well, okay. You could have just said no. But you guys locked in?
Mm-hmm.
We are locking in with Tokyo.
Ooh, great. Yeah, we just kind of initially wrote down New Delhi. We just stuck with it.
All right, and the correct answer is Tokyo.
All right.
All right, question 7. Starting in Leadville, Colorado, name the river that drains into the Mississippi River near Memphis.
That's fine.
I think it's a river.
That's fine.
We're locked in.
Is there like a...
I feel like the Missouri River, I think, meets up with the Mississippi in St. Louis, not Memphis. So I'm trying to remember. And I think the Missouri starts further north than Colorado, but I can't remember.
Okay, so we got to lock in with something. What do you want to say?
I think Missouri is the closest I'm going to get.
The Missouri River. We are locked in.
Yeah, Angie and I don't know anything about rivers. I happen to be thinking of the movie Anaconda, so we said Snake River.
This actually goes right through my hometown, or not hometown, but where I live. The answer is the Arkansas River.
That doesn't make any sense.
Well, it basically bisects Arkansas north-south.
Okay.
Does it have a cool nickname like Snake River?
I don't think it does, but not that we call it around here. You might ask them in Colorado. Another medicine question. Whoops. All right. Should have split them in the rounds. All right. Question 8. First isolated in 1935, this anabolic steroid was originally used in medicine as early as 1786, when doctors and scientists began experiments implanting bull testicles into various animals, later to include humans.
You're a fan of professional wrestling. Just think through some anabolic steroids.
I mean, that's the one of the big ones, and then you got...
Is it?
And you got...
Oh, yes. I misread that. I misread that. Yes.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
We can lock in with
That's
that.
interesting. I'm good with that.
All right. Yeah, I'm trying to. Can you think of any?
Because that word is in the name of it. So.
Yeah, I was thinking of like HGH, but that's a hormone.
That's more of a hormone.
Damn it.
And the quote legal steroid they can use sometimes.
It's human growth hormone, so it's not even really a...
Do you know any anabolic steroids? I know human growth hormone is wrong, but
you can just put that down.
all right, let's go. Let's go with the movie staff doctor gave Christian Bale to get into shape for Batman, the human growth hormone.
Yeah, I wrote down creatine at some point. And I don't know. I don't know if that's anabolic, and that's where I got confused. We just went with HGH.
Sorry, Team Niagara, what was your answer? I'm sorry.
HGH, yeah, human growth hormone.
Okay. The answer, it was sort of in the question there. The answer is testosterone.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We overthought that one.
Yeah. I really just wanted an excuse to talk about when they were just sticking testicles from one animal into humans, because that seems fun.
Yeah.
Didn't do anything, as it turns out, but they did it. All right. Question 9. Raglan shoulder, heel turn, and cast on are all phrases associated with which hobby?
I was about to have a heel turn on you. Hit you over the head with a chair.
You are the heel. That makes sense.
Wrestling for you guys. We're locked in.
Okay. Have you ever heard of these? Cast on, heel turn?
I mean, heel turn To me, like a heel turn isn't like a dance.
That's what I was thinking.
That's the only thing I can think of. The other ones, I have no idea though. I've never heard of them.
And then you said it was what activity or what?
Hobby?
What hobby?
Yeah, I just want to say.
I can clarify that if that helps.
Oh, yeah,
No,
you don't have to.
you don't have to.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, the only thing like a heel turn is like a dance, like a
Maybe
turn.
cobbling, maybe like shoemaking.
I mean, the raglan shoulder could be like some sort of upper body dance move. I have no idea.
Cast on sounds like you're putting metal on something.
So do you want to go with that?
Well, shoemaking.
Yeah.
Like would it be cobbling?
Cobbler.
Yeah,
Cobblering?
We'll say
Cobbler.
We'll say shoemaking or I guess cobblering. I don't know if that's the right word.
General cobblering.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're going with general cobblery?
Yeah.
Okay. Apologies to Beth and Peter if I've this up, because it's either knitting or crochet, and we went crochet.
Oh, it's correct answer is actually knitting.
Damn
We did
it.
that the same thing last time.
Yeah, raglan shoulder refers to a specific construction of the shoulder in a sweater. So I was hoping that was you can see that like when you buy clothes sometimes. Heel turn is the technique for getting around the outside of a heel when you're knitting socks, and cast on is how you start.
So close. I'm going to learn it this time.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You've done messed up now.
Yeah,
I guess.
I was hoping there was enough
I
information
guess
there.
knitting last time when it was crochet. So
I just switched.
Yeah.
So that means the third time we'll get it right.
yeah.
All right, and the final question: which addictive hybrid fruit does Homer accidentally create after planting two different nightshade plants together?
All right. Locked in.
I should reread that with Homer Simpson, but
Dough.
Do you watch The Simpsons?
No,
Okay.
that's the one show, like one of the adult cartoons I never really.
I don't either.
I never watched
This
that.
is where Ken would be helpful.
Yeah, I'm thinking of nightshade like I think it's tomato and nightshade, and then potato. I have no idea. So we'll say the tomato potato.
Sure, that sounds great.
Okay, we're locked in.
Okay. So Homer and the Simpsons had to leave the town because he had saw a movie where there was dueling, and he slapped a man. He challenged the man to a duel, and the guy said pistols at dawn, so they left town, started a farm. Nothing would grow, so he threw in some tomato seeds, some tobacco seeds, and some uranium, and he made tobacco.
yep, the correct answer is tobacco.
Good episode. One of the last good episodes, like season 11.
I would say
12.
season 10, 11. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was season 11. I don't remember. It's season 11, episode 4, maybe. It came up in the research for it, but I don't remember the episode. All right. After the second round, I have Team Niagara with 87 points and Some Like It Not with 130 points.
Yeah.
All right.
Great for
Should have
us.
been 140, except I didn't learn my knitting and crochet lessons
That's okay.
twice.
So yeah, we basically stayed the same after our round or question 5 recap
Yeah.
there. That's
Yeah.
okay. So yeah, what are our categories today, Jeremy?
All right. For final round, like I said, I'll read these off, and if you want me to redo it with some more information, I will, but I just thought this was really fun and cute. All right. Final round. Your categories are bark, quack, hiss, hoot, and chirp.
All right.
All right.
We're locked in.
All of our wagers are locked in.
Let's
All
do
right.
some questions.
Question 1. Bark. This is about trees. The bark of the cassia tree is often sold as which spice?
What kind of tree? I'm sorry.
Cassia, Cassia.
Okay.
Not Kesha. Gotcha.
No.
With the dollars.
Yes, with a dollar sign.
Question 2, quack, about medicine. Linus Pauling, a Nobel Prize winner in chemistry, is widely discredited for his beliefs that which vitamin could cure a wide variety of diseases, including cancer. Question 3, hiss, automotive. Common on automotive tires and some bicycle tires, what is the name of the valve named after its inventor, August? Question 4, hoot, from music. What was the name of the lead singer of Hootie and the Blowfish who went on to a solo country career? And question 5, chirp, technology. Which company, later acquired by Sprint, introduced the two-way push-to-talk chirp feature on its cell phones in the late 90s?
All right. All the answers are locked in.
All right. Question 1 was bark. The bark of the cassia tree is often sold as which spice?
Yes. Sorry. I guess we'll start. Just for the record, we wagered 0 all the way down because we were trying to play strategic here because we didn't think we were going to do too well
A
in this
little
last
bit of
round.
strategery. I see
A
how
little
that goes.
strategery. So we thought the spice of the cassia tree was a little bottle of Jack.
I like that.
Team Like It Not, how many did you wager on this one?
We wagered 15.
Feeling like P. Diddy.
Uh-huh. And Jeff said that he believes that this spice comes from bark. We said cinnamon.
And the correct answer is cinnamon.
Hooray.
Question 2, which vitamin cures cancer according to Linus Pauling?
Yeah, we were just going through different vitamins in our heads. We just came up with vitamin C.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the singer of the graduation song, Vitamin C.
All right. Something like it not. How many did you wager?
15 on that one.
All right. And the correct answer is vitamin C.
Got it right, though. That's good.
Yeah.
I think we swept this one.
We might have.
Question 3, who invented the valve on automotive tires?
Yeah, we thought it was Freddie Highmore's portrayal of August Rush.
So,
And some like it not.
yeah, we wagered 15 on this one. And I think credit to my father, who was a mechanic for 25 years. I believe those are called Schrader valves.
Yep, the correct answer is Schrader.
Don't ask me why I retained that.
Presta is the valve that's on like road bikes and stuff. That's real goofy.
The ones that like unscrew and then they pop out. And then you need like a hose.
Yeah, and then you need a weird adapter for it or a weird pump for it that you can't use for anything else useful.
My recumbent bike has one of those, and it's a real pain in the ass.
Yep. Question 4, who was the lead singer of Hootie and the Blowfish?
Yeah, that one was really easy. Darius Rucker.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yes, also going with Darius Rucker.
Don't call him Hootie. He doesn't like it.
He does
He does not.
Some like it not. Did you bet 15 all the way down?
Yes.
We did.
Okay. All right, and that's plus 15 points for some like it not. The answer is Darius Rucker.
All right.
And question 5, Chirp. Who introduced the two-way push-to-talk Chirp feature?
This one, we didn't hear Jeff and Matt talking about it, but I do recall construction workers always having the chirp function on their phone, and I believe it's Nextel.
This, I believe, ruined movie-going experiences for a few years in the early 2000s with these things constantly going off. I believe it's Boost Mobile.
No, it's Nextel.
Whoops. Well, I wrote down Boost Mobile, so we're going to be wrong there.
It's Nextel. Yeah.
The correct answer for that one is Nextel. Nextel did the contract phones, and Boost Mobile later did it for prepaid phones.
Yeah, but they were acquired by Sprint in 2000. I don't know what year that was, but I had a Nextel phone, and they.
Yeah.
I thought you wrote Nextel. I didn't even check the answer.
All right. Well, accidentally wrong.
Yeah, y'all said it before I even read the question, and when you were just talking, I was just like, no, don't say anything.
But we
don't say
still
anything.
managed to get it wrong. So.
All right. So at the end of the game, I have Team Niagara with 87 points and Team Some Like It Not with 175 points.
Making us today's cream of the crop.
I am the cream.
Yeah, it was a good game. We didn't play as well. We got some ones right that we were proud of. So.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And you guys, you did pretty well there in the second round. You were.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got. I feel like we started a little shaky.
We picked up some steam.
Yeah. Got in our
Those
groove.
first few questions, I was real worried. I was like, oh, God, are they not going to get any of these? Like, I feel like these are more in my wheelhouse than are typically on here. But
No, I think that's good, though. We like that variety. And I think what did it for Matt and Ken was at the swing
Do you
round.
not know who I am?
Sorry, I'm in a daze. So I think for Jeff and Matt, what did it for them was at the swing round, they decided to dress up and drag like the movie Some Like It Hot, and apparently it worked. So
Yeah.
We're just more comfortable.
well, they got 30 and you got 27. It was pretty close in the swing round.
it was, yeah. Well, first let's thank Angie for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. This was fun.
Would you like to shout out to your brother if he's going to listen to this?
Hey, Tyler. Yeah. Thanks for the Darius Rucker one, because that was actually brought up last weekend, which was really funny. But yeah, Tyler, you should listen. Then you'll be smarter at trivia because you really suck at it.
Got him.
Shots fired.
Shots fired.
Tell your friends about the show too, Tyler.
Yes, please.
Sorry we couldn't pull a win today. I hope you had
That's
fun.
okay. I did. Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you for joining us. Jeremy, any final words here before you go off and win all the bowling tournaments in the world?
No, guys. Thanks for having me on again.
Thanks for coming
Yeah,
back.
no, we appreciate
It was
these
a great
are
game.
great questions, great variety too, and we really appreciate you putting the game together. And
Thank
also for being a Patreon supporter. So thank you very much for being an Intercontinental Champion. And if you want to join Jeremy in supporting the show, you can go to patreon.com/trivialitypodcast. Our t-shirts have been out for a while. We did a campaign earlier in November. of last year, but right now you can get a slight discount on the t-shirts if you are a United States champion or higher on our Patreon page. So if you'd like to join, please join Jeremy and help supporting the show, because this is how we make the show happen, and we couldn't do it without you, and we appreciate it. So thank you very much, Jeremy, for being a supporter.
Like it.
For Ken, who's learning about water and flavoring down in Alabama, and for Ken in the studio, apparently, because I can't get Jeff's name right. For Jeff, Matt, Angie, and Jeremy, my name is Neal, and that was Triviality.
Hey. This one's probably about Nextels.
Sure it is.
Where are you at?
It depends on how cute she's going to be with it.
That's Boost
Yeah.
Mobile, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where you at?
Devo.